Right. So if you're going to build a house, you're going to build a strong foundation, right? This is part of that strong foundation, the geometry. You're going to be using these terms through the rest of geometry. And if you don't learn them, you're going to be hurting later on. All right? Let's talk about perimeter first. Perimeter. Right here. Perimeter, the sum of the lengths of all sides of a polygon. All sides of a polygon. So if I take a polygon like this, what is the perimeter? If I'm putting a fence around my yard, how much fencing do I need? A lot, right? Well, exactly. What is, Jacob, what's the length here? We need to know that, right? We also need to know the length here. Once we know this and we know it's square, do we need these other lengths? No. Really, we don't, right? Because this would just be x and this would just be y again here. So the perimeter is the distance all the way around this. So if I took this and I said, this is 8 and this is 4, could I tell the perimeter around this polygon? How could we tell, Tristan? Right? And then what would my perimeter be? 8 plus 4 is 12, right? 12 plus 12 is 24. We know that my perimeter now is 24. That's the distance all the way around. Okay? What if we had something like this? What if we had a shape like this? Could we tell the perimeter if we knew what each one of these sides were? Right? You could do it. If you knew what the side lengths are, you just add them all up, and that's your perimeter. All right, next one. Radius. Radius. We've got a circle. We've got a center of a circle. A radius goes from the center of a circle to a point on the circle. That line. Is there anything in here that tells us that? Which one? This one right here? So we can draw a line to here. Right? Distance from the center of the circle to a point on the circle. All right? What about a diameter? What's a diameter? Do we need to have the center of the circle to know diameter? Yeah, you do. Because it travels from one point on the circle through the center of the circle to another point on the circle. And that would be your diameter. It has to travel through the center of the circle. You'll learn later on that you'll get a line that's going to look like this. It's called a chord. A chord is not necessarily a diameter. Diameter has to travel through the center of the circle. So is there anything on here that travels through the center of the circle? Which one? Right here, distance across the circle through the center? That's my diameter. What about area? If I've got something like this, you've got a 40 of land. How big is a 40 of land?
Half of an 80.
How big is a 40? 40 is a quarter mile by 1/4 mile. If you've got a square 40. So if I've got, no, that's a square 40, right?
Would it be 2 fourths and 2 fourths?
It's a square. You can get it if you want to grab it. So if I'm going to find my area here, I need to know this by this. All right? X times Y, or height times width, or length times width. Mr. Bradley? Hello? Yes. Yeah. Nope. All right. I'll send him down. All right, bye. Jacob, Mr. Bradley. Baseline test. Yep. All right. Let's go on. All right. So if we're going to do area, in this case for a square or a rectangle, it's going to be, let's say, my height times my width, or my length times my width. That's how we figure out area. What is an area over here? What is it? Number of square units the figure encloses? Yes. Let me show you how that works. If I've got a shape like this, and I say this is 4 by 8, that means I have 4 units going across this way, and I have 8 units going across this way. All right? That each unit is a square unit. That's what he talks about, number of square units inside this. If you counted this up, you'd find that there's 32 units in here. All right? 8 times 4 is 32. All right? So that's how you'd find your area. 4 times 8 equals 32. There are 32 units inside this figure. All right. Next one. Circumference. What's circumference? We got a circle here. Bless you. If we started at this point here and travel all the way around that circle to this point here, all the way around, let me draw that, back to here, that is the circumference of the circle. If we wanted to know, and we'll do this later, we're going to do this later, we're going to take a wheel, a bike wheel, and we're going to roll it. We're going to mark one spot on that, and we're going to roll it, and we'll be able to measure how many feet we go. What else do you do? What else would you do that would use circumference to measure feet? Think about it. How many are taking their driver's tests? What is in the car that... No. What is it? Your mileage. Your mileage. Based on a rotation of that tire, you're finding your mileage. All right? We'll be learning more about that as we go. Next one. All right. Circumference. Where would circumference be on here? Distance around a circle. Circumference right here. Triangle. Everybody knows what a triangle is, right? 3-sided figures. Well, it's more like a Christmas tree. How's that? There you go. All right. What's the area of a triangle?
Base times height.
1/2 the base times the height.
Close enough.
And what it is, if we call this the base, then we drop a line straight down here and we make it 90 degrees to it, and that would be our height. All right, where would that be on here? Where would it be on here?
A polygon with 3 sides.
Polygon with 3 sides.
And then the other one is a polygon with 4 sides.
Quadrilateral.
A square.
Polygon with 4 sides. A square.
A rectangle.
Could this be a polygon?
Yes.
Well, it's a straight side there, yeah. Could this be a polygon? Yes, it has 4 sides. Okay.
Yeah. Quit taking selfies. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of myself. Sure looks like it.
Let me get out of the picture. All right? So we need to know what that is. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Back door. Riding in a matador. All right. Perimeter. If I'm looking, take a look at this. If I'm looking at a perimeter of a square, which one of these would be a perimeter of a square? Tristan, what do you think? Which one of those would be a perimeter of a square? Remember, a square has 4 equal sides, right? Yeah. Top one. 4S, 4 times S. 4 times one side would give you a square. Ty. Circumference of a circle. It's only one. We've got a circle. We need to find a circumference all the way around that thing. Which one of these is the circumference of a circle? This one right here? Second from the top? Base times height? Could you show me where the base and the height are in here? There's none. Okay, so it can't be that one. There's base and height in here. It can't be that one. Here is a pi times diameter, or... That's not it. Yeah, it is. This is it right here. All right. Pi d, which is diameter, or 2 pi r. A lot of times they think of it as 2 pi r. All right? And what that is we have a radius. We go 2 times that, and then we multiply that by pi. Pi is used in circles. If you're going to be doing anything with circles, you will use pi. All right? Anything with circle. And the way to think of it, there's a pi. There's a piece of pie. All right? You're always going to use that in a circle. Pi will be used always in a circle. So if we take a look at our next one, area of a rectangle. What's the area of a rectangle, Wes? What's a rectangle? If I make a rectangle like this, what do I have? I have height, and I have my base. And what do we do when we figure out the area of it? We multiply the two. Which one would that be? This would be the whatchamacallit. This whatchamacallit right here. Base times height. All right. All right. Area of a triangle. Evan. Area of a triangle. 1/2 base times height. Perimeter of a rectangle. Oh, hold, before we do that, area of a circle. Danny, area of a circle. It always has to have pi in it, right? Circles always have pi in it. Pi is always a circle, right? Pi r squared, right here. And then the last one, perimeter of a rectangle. 2 times the base plus 2 times the height, or base times height plus base time, or base plus height plus base plus height. Yes. Really goofing you up? All right, let me erase that, and then you can take a picture of it. How's that?
Why are you taking pictures? So I remember that book. You can just write them down.
Got her, Otters? All right, here we go. Let's clear this. Let's go over to this. Let's jump back over here. Let's go into this one. Let's take a look at some figures here. What will we do on this one? Let's take a look at this one up here. Top one first. Let's see where we're at. Josie, I want to find a perimeter of this figure. How would I do it? 28. How would you come up with 28? How would you come up with 28 in here? Tell me. There you go. 5 plus 5, or 2 times 5 is 10, right? Plus 2 times 9 is 18. 18 plus 10 is 28. All right, Lily, tell me the perimeter of this number 2. Why would it be 28?
7 times 7 times 7.
They're all equal, right? Yeah, 7 times 4. 7 times 4 equals 28. So this would be 28 also. All right. Let's take a look at this nun. All right. Let's see. Where are we at now? Kaylin, I want to find the circumference of this circle. Leave it in terms of pi. Leave it in terms of pi. What would it be? Well, we got 16 as our radius, right? And we're finding the circumference. Remember, the equation is 2 pi r. What's our r? 16. So it would be 2 pi 16 or 32 pi. That would be your answer. Haley. No. Haley, what is my circumference of this one? Remember, this is diameter now. So we just do diameter times pi, right? What's that? 16 pi. All right? You guys, you have to learn these. All right? This is going to be really important. It is going to be on the test coming up. Make sure you know it.